Well, I guess Tony Khan is not doing himself any favors going into All Out this weekend. Today, he did a media conference call, I guess. I'm assuming it was not on Busted Open Radio, but one of the media conference calls he does before pay-per-view. And of course, he was asked several questions by, I'm guessing, not just fans, but by investors and all that, sponsors and stuff. And from what people described on social media, like on Twitter and everything, it sounds like Tony Khan did not come off looking very bright, if you will. Now, not necessarily saying that people like JD from NY206 or Just Alex, said that, or even Sean Ross Sapp, but basically the way it's described on the Twitter, it sounds like he didn't do himself any favors by saying the things that he did. I mean, the first thing he answered, the first question he answered, was why didn't he give Thunder Rosa, an 8-minute promo like he did for CM Punk? And his answer was that CM Punk's 8-minute promo would draw more than a Thunder Rosa's 8-minute promo. And Alex Hicks, just Alex, who I guess is friends with Thunder Rosa, because she pops in on his live streams once in a while. And I think he's one of the talents he wants to interview eventually. His reaction was when he read, I guess, what Sean Ross Sapp put down, in the tweet, from the media call and all that, his reaction was, oof. Because what that tells someone like Alex is Tony Khan does not think very highly of someone like Thunder Rosa if he's willing to go out of his way and basically bury the woman, in this media call by saying, oh, she can't deliver an 8-minute promo that's going to, get people talking, but CM Punk can, and that's what I booked for. It's like, ooh. It's like, if you're Tony Khan, if you couldn't drive away your potential talent that's under your roof right now, that's under contract to you anymore, if you couldn't draw them away anymore, saying what he did about Thunder Rosa, like I said, did not do him any favors. But that wasn't the only thing he was asked a question about. He was asked a question about, hold on for a sec. Like I said, he was asked a question about the possibility of doing a Forbidden Door with WWE. Because we know they did a Forbidden Door with New Japan Pro Wrestling. So somebody obviously brought up the question of whether or not we could see a Forbidden Door with WWE. Because now, with Triple H running things creatively and talent-wise, talent relations, booking-wise and all that, obviously they feel it's more likely that, we could get a Forbidden Door crossover event between the two companies. But Tony Khan shot that down immediately. Basically, Tony Khan said that he was optimistic, before, but not so now, because the current administration in WWE has treated him like shit. And it's like, where did this come from? It's like, you're thinking, here's a guy that obviously wants to do right by the fans, give the fans what they want, even if it means, working with, another rival promotion in WWE to do an event. Here's a guy that sounded like he's willing to do anything to that extent. And now, all of a sudden, he's coming out and almost, I wouldn't say venomously, but it sounds like it's very venomously, is stating that, yeah, I was cool with it before. I was very optimistic before, but now I'm not because this administration's treating me like crap. And there are some people that have speculated that, maybe the reason Tony feels this way is because of what WWE did, tampering with contracts and all that, which they weren't supposed to do. However, some have argued that AEW has done the same thing, not just with WWE, but with other companies. And that's probably true too. But when Ron really thinks about it, in my opinion, when Ron really thinks about it, in my opinion, I think it's more along the lines that Tony Khan, and I said this in my 4 Reasons video, and I even repeated this in my update redo video of asking the question, is Tony Khan becoming Herb Abrams 2.0? I basically stated that I think what really threw Tony Khan off, his game, if you will, to coin a phrase, is when Triple H basically signed back and brought back the likes of Johnny Gargano, the likes of Dakota Kai, the likes of Killer Cross, Karrion Kross, the likes of Hit Row, and so on, and more probably to come in the near future. Probably more to come in the near future. And I think, and honestly, I truly believe this. I think and believe that's what set Tony Khan off a little bit, off his game. Because as I mentioned in both videos, he probably had stuff written up and ready to go storyline-wise and maybe even match-wise for when he would try to inevitably sign these talents. But, Triple H beat him to it. Triple H beat him to it and signed them instead. So, my assumption, my belief and assumption, is the reason he feels that this current administration of WWE has treated him like shit is because, not just of the tampering, but because Triple H had beat him to the punch by re-signing these free agent talents that he was hoping he'd get under contract to his company, especially someone like Johnny Gargano, who was seen in various vlogs, uploaded by Sammy Guevara and Ethan Page, who are AEW stars, AEW wrestlers. So he probably believed that with that kind of being like the connection, signing, Johnny was a no-brainer. Johnny, coming to AEW would be a no-brainer. It would be a slam dunk. It would be an easy win, but that didn't happen. And the same with Dakota Kai, Killer Cross, Hit Row to an extent. So I'm thinking that the reason he sounds this way right now, bitter, venomous, if you will, is because not just of the tampering, but because of the fact that WWE, mostly Triple H, beat him to the punch in bringing back these talents to WWE and not letting them go to AEW to become all elite. That's just my thought. That's just my thought. Now, I don't know if the media call is going on currently as we speak, and there's still more that's going to be coming out. But those are just my thoughts, guys. Those are just my thoughts, and let me know what yours are. How do you feel about Tony Khan's reaction to, booking, basically his booking of Thunder, not giving Thunder Rosa, equal time as he does with CM Punk when it comes to promos on screen and in the ring? And also, what are your thoughts of, maybe the fact that the reason he feels the way he does about WWE right now, the current administration, that is because of the fact that maybe it's due to the fact that Triple H signed the free agent talents that he thought he was going to get his hands on, and maybe even had stuff ready for them upon arrival, but had to basically throw it in the trash for right now because Hunter beat him to it. What are your thoughts? Let me know down below. Comment if you like in the live chat. And super chat, super stickers are open and would be appreciated. I got to get into work now, guys, but let me know what your thoughts are, and I am out.